Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Monday Night Raw results. Happy birthday goes to the Patriot, Dale Wilkes, turned 54 years old today. Born December 21st, 1961. Diego of the Los Matadors, a.k.a. Eddie Colon, turned 33 years old. He was born December 21st, 1982. Chikara's Grant Akuma turned 41 on Sunday, December 20th, 1974, he was born. Congratulations to The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and his longtime girlfriend, Lauren Hashian, on the birth of their new daughter. As you can see, a picture right there for you, and her name is Jasmine. ECW Original, who has been appearing for Ring of Honor in a non-wrestling role as of late, recently spoke with Bill Apter for the latest edition of the Apter Chat. In the new video chat, which you can watch here at this link, Lynn also talks about his new look as he cut his long hair and shaved off his facial hair, and also discuss his neck surgery. WWE Diva and Total Diva star Rosa Mendez indicated by social media that she and her fiance recently purchased a home in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and are moving from California this week. As noted, the two are expecting their first child in a couple of months. The two had goodbyes with friends and family, as you can see in this photo behind me there, and from California. Rosa posted the photo also on her Instagram, and on the Instagram, I'll post that link for you there as well. It says, Bobby and I are so lucky to have such good people in our lives. Treasure those who have shown you how much they value your friendship. Hold on to these people forever because they are very hard to find. WWE announced the winners of some of this year's Slammy Awards categories on their website, WWE.com, on Monday evening prior to the Slammy Awards edition of Raw. I had a debate on by text messages on my cell phone. A friend of mine said, no, they hadn't posted anything yet. Trying to tell them. Well, Slammy Awards edition of Raw recap. The winners announced thus far. Tag team of the year goes to the Usos. Other nominees included The New Day, Primetime Players, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, and Lucha Dragons. Best John Cena U.S. Open Challenge. Winner John Cena vs. Cesaro from Raw, July 6th. Other nominees include John vs. Dolph from October 12th. Cena vs. Sami Zayn from Raw, May 4th. Cena vs. Ambrose from Raw, March 30th. And Cena vs. Neville from Raw, May 11th. Hashtag of the year goes to Suplex City. Other nominees included hashtag Give Divas a Chance, hashtag Save the Tables, hashtag Axelmania, and hashtag RK Out of Nowhere. Celebrity Moment of the Year, Stephen Amell dives onto Stardust at SummerSlam. Other nominees included the cast of Entourage, including that introduced Zack Ryder from May 25th, Kevin Owens Powerbomb Machine Gun Kelly off the stage from Raw, June 15th, Jon Stewart got involved in John Cena's match at SummerSlam, and Wayne Rooney slapped King Barrett on Raw on November the 9th. Tell me you just didn't say that. Moment of the Year, Brock Lesnar coined Suplex City at WrestleMania. Other nominees were Dean Ambrose called Seth Rollins Justin Bieber from the May 25th Raw. Seth Rollins called Johnny Manziel Johnny Idiot Face from June 15th. Seth Rollins dissed Kane while celebrating the Authority's WrestleMania accomplishment from April 6th. And Paige spoiled Charlotte's Divas Championship celebration from September 21st Raw. Titus O'Neil recently spoke with the Miami Herald about his experiences at the Navy UDT SEALs Museum 30th Annual Muster and Music Festival weekend and his close friendship with part-time superstar and emerging actor Batista. And here are the highlights from the interview on Batista joining him at the Navy's UDT SEAL Museum's 30th Annual Muster and Music Festival weekend on the Navy SEALs Once the Navy SEALs asked me to do it, I shared that great news with people who were close to me. And Dave immediately texted me back and said, "When is it?" He was also there for me in Chicago when I got the humanitarian award from Jesse Jackson at the Rainbow Push Sports Awards in 2014. He always wants to be there for me in big moments. Same with me. I always want to be there when he's doing movie premieres and stuff like that. But he's making time to be there despite his own hectic schedule. He'd been on a whirlwind media tour. He literally got home late that Friday night and came over that Saturday morning early. He got home in Tampa and then had a buddy of mine drove him over so he could rest and sleep in the car. He just came from promoting 007, the James Bond film, Spectre. Batista, who played the villain of Mr. Hinks. He'd been overseas everywhere, so for him to be there for me he's one of the closest friends that I've had. He's like a brother to me, a big brother to me, and he always has been. Even before I got into WWE, I was very proud to have him there, and a lot of people were very excited about having him there as well. Batista encouraging him to try his hand at pro wrestling sports entertainment. I literally got started when I was driving to South Tampa one day to pick up a pair of dress shoes, and I saw the building where he told me FCW was, which is now NXT in Orlando. I called him and said, "Is this the black and yellow building, the place you were telling me about? To speak to someone to look into this?" He said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, I'm going to poke my head in and see what it's all about." 2 weeks after I poked my head in, I was in that same building learning how to become a WWE superstar. It appears that Sheamus may have been injured at Sunday's live event from Winnipeg after Roman Reigns successfully defended WWE Heavyweight Championship match against Sheamus. The referee threw up the X symbol for Sheamus. During Reigns' post-match celebration, Sheamus was helped to the back and it appeared to be limping. However, that doesn't be to be the case. He's just selling the move after the match, according to PW Insider, and he is expected to continue on with the TV tapings this week. Indie star Jack Evans and Angelico, who recently spoke to Planet Deporte, based out of Spain, and revealed that they have been approached by WWE officials a few times to see if they were interested in joining the promotion. And here's a video link of their tag match from the PWG show versus the Young Bucks. Evans and Angelico told WWE that they were not interested in signing and plan to work for Lucha Underground for as long as they can. The duo also said that WWE has contacted them twice about signing and once was offered a deal at a PWG show. Brock Lesnar made his in-ring debut, in-ring return at the live event at the Forum in Inglewood, California on this past Saturday, defeating the U.S. champion Alberto Del Rio by disqualification. Lesnar returned with Paul Heyman by his side at the live event from Saturday night, picking up the win by disqualification over Del Rio when Rusev hit the ring and attacked the Beast Incarnate. Just as he was taking the U.S. champ to Suplex City, Lesnar ended up fighting off Rusev, hitting him with German suplexes and an F5. He teased leaving the ring at the point, however, decided to turn around and hit Del Rio with a German suplex and an F5 for good measure. And again, some photos and a video link as well from Twitter. I think it was just his entrance of that for the show. Maybe 10 seconds, and what have you. Dolph Ziggler will be Renee Young's guest on this week's edition of Unfiltered, the show on WWE Network that Renee does. The description for the episode, which premieres on the WWE Network at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Central Time, airs on Tuesday night. Reads, on this holiday edition of Unfiltered, Renee talks to Dolph Ziggler about stand-up comedy, pranks, and being a dancer for Britney Spears. Johnny Mundo recently spoke with Alfred Kanawua of the Pod Nancy Wrestling Podcast and explained why he prefers working for Lucha Underground over WWE. He also had some words for Seth Rollins. Here are the highlights of what Mundo said about having creative freedom in Lucha Underground. I do feel like there's not handcuffs here, so to speak, and creativity is more encouraged and people are more receptive to ideas here. WWE is sometimes a little bit micromanaged, and backstage everybody's dragging their feet, walking on eggshells a little bit, and here I don't think that exists. Comments on Seth Rollins' knee injury. There's nothing worse than being injured, especially for somebody like Seth, because he's an artist in the ring. To have a broken wheel like he's got right now, it has to be killing him. I wish him a speedy recovery because I want to kick his ass one day. And I will say that I'm sure he can talk all kinds of trash to you or whoever, as long as I'm not in the room with him. But I also think that after his interview with you and I might have said a few things back, I don't think he's ever going to say anything about me again, because he knows at the end of the day, I'm smarter, more talented, and I have much longer, better career than him. And if we were ever in the ring together, it's going to be painfully obvious how much better than him I am. WWE is advertising 2 matches for SmackDown. Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler versus Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental title. New Day versus Lucha Dragons for the WWE Tag Team Championship. John Cena versus Alberto Del Rio is announced for next week's December 28th Raw TV show. It will be Cena's first TV match since losing the U.S. Championship to Del Rio at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. There was no mention of the U.S. title being on the line, so it appears that this is a non-title match. Still, it will be good to have Cena back on the show after a long hiatus, and I'm curious to see how his return affects the ratings opposite the last Monday Night Football game of the season. And give you a spoiler because they are still advertising that Cena is not the champion when he goes against Del Rio. Live event from January 9th. Live event from the Bossier City Civic Center, Bossier City CenturyLink Center. Michael Bennett and Maria Kanellis Bennett finished their runs with Ring of Honor at Friday's Final Battle pay-per-view, as reported in the November 25th.net weekly audio show. Their deals were expiring, and this was expected to be their last date with the company, bearing the duo signing new deals. It was also noted on the .net weekly that Bennett's tag partner Matt Taven's deal is also up in April. The team of Hanson and Ray Rowe defeated Michael Bennett and Matt Taven at the Ring of Honor Final Battle 2015 event on Friday night to become the new Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. As noted, WWE has expressed interest in Bennett and Taven, both of whom have been working without contracts in Ring of Honor as of late. And here's the complete quick match results of the Ring of Honor Final Battle 2015 show. A&X defeated the Young Bucks and the Briscoes. Silas Young defeated Dalton Castle. Michael Elgin defeated Moose, formerly Ezekiel Jackson from WWE. Adam Cole defeated Kyle O'Reilly. Alex Haley, ACH and Matt Seidel defeated Addiction and Chris Sabin. Roger Stone defeated Bobby Fish to retain the Ring of Honor World TV Championship. Hanson and Ray Rowe defeated Michael Bennett and Matt Taven to become the new Tag Team Champions. Jay Lethal defeated AJ Styles to retain the Ring of Honor World Championship. As PW Insider reports that AJ Styles was icing his neck after the match at Final Battle pay-per-view event, and there was said to be no major immediate concern that he had hurt his back more after wrestling Jay Lethal. Speaking of injuries at Final Battle, Matt Taven suffered a knee injury at the event, possibly his LCL, Taven was reportedly still getting his knee looked at long after the pay-per-view and had gone off the air. Thursday's episode, last week's Thursday episode of SmackDown, Brie Bella took on Becky Lynch. With Team Bad sitting in the front row dressed in Brie mode attire, while Team Bad was seated at ringside for the contest. A fan threw chicken at Sasha Banks. Sasha responded, and it's chicken nuggets by the way. Sasha responded to the incident on her Tumblr account, writing, "You guys, I'm still crying that someone threw chicken at me. WTF?" WWE announced the following winners from the Salami Awards. More updated. Tag Team of the Year, Usos. Best John Cena US Open Challenge, John Cena vs. Cesaro. Hashtag of the Year, Suplex City. Celebrity Moment of the Year, Stephen Amell dies on the Stardust at SummerSlam. Tell me you just didn't say that Moment of the Year. Brock Lesnar coins Suplex City at WrestleMania. The following Slammy Awards were presented on Raw pre-show. Best Original WWE Network Show, Stone Cold Podcast. Double Cross of the Year, Miz Down. Extreme Moment of the Year, Roman Reigns spearing Bray Wyatt. And from the Raw episode, Breakout Superstar of the Year, Neville. Rivalry of the Year, Undertaker vs. Brock Lesnar. LOL Moment of the Year, R-Truth. OMG Moment of the Year, Kalisto. Superstar of the Year, Seth Rollins. The Hero in All of Us Award, John Cena. Surprise Return of the Year, Sting. Diva of the Year, Nikki Bella. This is awesome Moment of the Year, The Rock and Ronda Rousey. Match of the Year, see the Raw results for more details. The following live notes were from the Raw pre-show on the WWE Network. Renee Young, Corey Graves, Booker host the show from their desk on the Target Center floor. Eden Styles checked in from backstage, and she would be interviewing the Slammy winners immediately after they win. The host set up a video package that ran through the nominees for the Rivalry of the Year award. Booker T set it up a couple of times, but the graphic did not appear. Undertaker vs. Brock Lesnar won Rivalry of the Year. Eden interviewed Paul Heyman, who accepted the award on behalf of Lesnar. Young said they will be giving away 9 Slammy Awards. The next one up on the list was the winners of the Best Network Original Show, Stone Cold Podcast won Best WWE Network Original. Graves accepted the award on behalf of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Graves complained that the Raw pre-show was not nominated for the award and jokingly blamed co-host David Otunga. Graves said it was 19 degrees below zero in Minneapolis. It was actually 31 degrees. They noted that Stephen Amell won Celebrity Moment of the Year, and Suplex City won something called Tell Me I Just Didn't Say That award. Double Cross of the Year award was up next. Miz Dow won the Double Cross of the Year award. Backstage, the Miz accepted the award, but Damien Sandow showed up and mimicked what he was saying. And Miz said he was there to accept for the second year in a row. Sandow said he's in the top 10 for the Superstar of the Year voting. The award for Extreme Moment of the Year nominee video package was shown. Roman Reigns won the Extreme Moment of the Year award. Reigns was advertised for Raw, and that wrapped up the show. Dark main event for Raw was advertised as Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose versus Sheamus and Kevin Owens. And I have not found the results for that, so if I find anything, it'll be on your SmackDown video. Same thing with Superstars. I haven't found any results for Superstars. Spoilers. But if I find any results on that, it will also be on the SmackDown video. Live from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and your announcers are Michael Coleslaw, J.B. Layfield, and Byron Saxon. Stephanie makes her way to the ring, and she welcomes everyone to Raw and Slammys. Stephanie mentions some of the awards will be handed on later tonight. Stephanie says people are wondering how she can be so joyous after a brutal attack by Roman Reigns on her husband at TLC, or the Superman punch to her 70-year-old father on Raw to become the WWE champion. Stephanie says McMahons do not wallow in their self-pity. Nothing will get her down tonight. This is a night of celebration. Tonight is the night of Roman Reigns music playing to interrupt Stephanie's comments. Roman makes his way to the ring, through the crowd, obviously. Roman says, tonight seems like a good night. Everyone is in good mood. We are celebrating the Slammys and a new WWE World Champion. Look at your face. This feels like a setup. Maybe this League of Nations will come out to join him, jump him. Or maybe she is going to make him sweat like her daddy did last week. Roman says he does not sweat Stephanie, her daddy, or her husband. Triple H, Roman asks, why would he? He hasn't seen him since he laid him out at TLC. When you see him, tell Hunter that Roman is here and he's not hard to find. He is the guy who is holding the shiny gold, the World Heavyweight title. Stephanie tells Roman to get out of her ring and march your way up those steps. Stephanie wants to know what's so funny. Roman will not leave the ring because the people want him to say. Stephanie tells Roman not to laugh at her, and she tells him to get out of her ring again. Roman says Stephanie sounds like a little kid. Stephanie tells Roman to get out of her ring or she will make him get out. Roman says that he is going to get out of the ring, but the people don't want him to leave. Stephanie reminds Roman that she is his boss and to get out of the ring. Roman asks if he wants to see Stephanie get mad, and so he turns his back and then he gets on the apron and starts to leave. Stephanie then decides that Roman should not listen to him and get out of the ring, so she tells him to come back in the ring. Roman goes up the steps. Stephanie calls Roman a coward. She tells Roman that he will know what it's like to feel defenseless. Usos will face a New Day in 3-on-2 handicap match, and Dean Ambrose will face Sheamus in a steel cage match to close out Raw in the main event. Sheamus is at the top of the aisle, and he goes into the concourse. Stephanie says that because of Roman, there will be hell to pay. It is time to talk about the Slammy Awards and how to vote for the Slammys. Dolph Ziggler was out to present the first award for Standout Athlete of the Year. Dolph says breaking out comes in many forms. One way is to be most handsome, charismatic superstar in the WWE. There is no blueprint. You just have to make an impact. Nominees were Kevin Owens, Neville, Charlotte, Tyler Breeze, and Braun Strowman. The winner is going to be revealed after the commercial. We're back from the commercial, and your winner is Neville. Neville comes out to accept the award and says that it is safe to say that he did not expect it. It was a huge shock, and he thanks everyone for voting. Kevin Owens' music plays, and out he comes to lecture, and he says that that should be a shock to you because Owens says he should have won. You gave a speech and got your little trophy and get out of here. Owens says he's seen a lot of ridiculous things in WWE, but that takes the cake. Kevin says he is the breakout star. He beat John Cena on his first night. Kevin wants to know what is so funny with Ziggler. Kevin said it is funny that the only way you win a Slammy is if there has been a of the year award. Ziggler attacks Owens, and Owens punches back, and they fight up the ramp. Officials came out to try to separate them, as Ziggler is in his tux still. Owens goes to the floor and then escapes to the back. Ziggler is held back from officials. Wyatt family is already in the ring. Match number one. Bray Wyatt with Braun Strowman, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan versus Kane. Wyatt with punches to start off the match on Kane with a boot to the head. Kane with punches, but Wyatt with punches to counter on Kane after a distraction from Harper. Kane grabbed Wyatt by the throat, and then Rowan tries to interfere, and Kane punches him and goes after Hunter. Strowman grabs Kane from behind, and Harper and Wyatt join in, and the referee calls for the bell. Winner by disqualification, Kane. After the match, Kane is back in the ring. Harper chokes him. The Dudleys and Tommy Dreamer come out for the save, and they fight off the Wyatts. We go to commercial. Match number two, Kane, Devon Dudley, Bubba Ray, and Tommy Dreamer versus Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and Braun Strowman. I didn't see this match. I took a little break myself. Then when I come back, it's over with. The match was joined in progress as Harper punched Dreamer and Strowman was tagged in as he slammed Dreamer. Strowman with a forearm and Harper tagged in as he rakes the eyes and Dreamer takes Dreamer down with a front face lock and a gator roll. Kane tags in and clothesline Harper and knocks Rowan and Wyatt off the apron before taking Strowman down. Bubba tags in and Bubba with a back body drop. Bubba with a Uranagi fanned everyone everyone is in the ring. They all go to the floor except for Bubba and Harper. Bubba with a slam to Harper and signals for the headbutt. Devon tags in and hits a one-top headbutt from the top rope. Bubba does the count for the table. Instead, they hit the 3D on Rowan. Strowman with a double clothesline when he comes in to both Dudleys. Kane clothesline Strowman over the top to the floor. Harper with a discus lariat for the 3 count. It is time for the next Slammy LOL moment of the year, and Santino Marella makes his return. And out to present the award, Santino points out that Christmas came early because he is back. Santino gives us the nominees: The New Day, Edge, and Christian. The Bushwhackers at the Hall of Fame, Miz commercial for Niagara, and of course Sando was also in it. Triple H and Stephanie dance with the New Day, and R-Truth talking about being in the Money in the Bank while not being a participant in the match. We will find out after we come back from commercial. And the winner is R-Truth. Santino accepted the award on behalf of R-Truth because he never won one, and it will look better on his mantle. R-Truth comes out and he wants his award. Santino distracts R-Truth and leaves off stage. Truth follows Santino to the back. I saw most of that, but I took another drink break. And we go to Santa Claus, and he says, the greatest place to put Slammy is on the top of a Christmas tree. Santa says the nicest boys and girls come from the WWE. Santa says giving Xavier that trombone last year was a mistake. Santa with a hometown cheap pop. And the presenter for the OMG shocking moment of Slammy is Paul Heyman. And this was the Santa Claus was Bo Dallas. As he says, and he even revealed himself as Bo Dallas. Does a little stitch. Well, Paul Heyman introduces himself and says that you will agree with him that outside of the LOL and Diva of the Year Slammy, it should be awarded to Brock Lesnar. The nominees are Seth Rollins, catching it at WrestleMania to win the title, Brock Lesnar attacking Seth Rollins, and then Double J Security on Raw, and the Salida del Sol onto the ladder at TLC, Undertaker being confronted by the Wyatt family. Sheamus cashing in at Survivor Series. Go to commercial and your winner will be announced after the break. We're back from the break and the winner is Kalisto at TLC. Kalisto says moments like these motivate him to keep fighting. Moments like these motivate him to fly higher. He thanks WWE Universe. Match number 3, Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler goes after Owens when he gets into the ring, but Owens nails him with a forearm. Ziggler with a drop kick and punches. Ziggler with a chin lock, but Owens with an elbow and a punch. Owens punches Ziggler in the head. Owens misses a short arm clothesline and Ziggler with a sleeper, but Owens backs Ziggler into the turnbuckle and then falls back to send Ziggler into the mat. Owens kicks Ziggler. Owens chokes Ziggler in the ropes and connects with a crossface. Ziggler with punches to get out and kicks Owens, but Owens with a back elbow. And Ziggler goes down. Ziggler goes to the floor and Owens follows. Owens chops Ziggler and then sends Ziggler into the ringside barrier. Ziggler holds his shoulder. And Owens goes back to the floor. Owens with a near fall. And then applies the rear chin lock. Owens with a reverse chin lock. but Ziggler gets to his feet. Ziggler nails a jawbreaker to get out of the hold. Owens gets Ziggler on the shoulders for a gutbuster and follows up with a back senton. Owens gets a near fall. Owens with a shot to the lower back. Owens kicks Ziggler in the ribs. Ziggler with a roll up for a near fall. Owens nails the clothesline and then gets a near fall. Owens with an elbow into the lower back and he rubs the point of his elbow into the back. Owens returns to reverse a chin lock. Ziggler with punches and he backs in Owens in the corner. Ziggler with a stinger splash, but Owens with a lariat and Ziggler goes down. Ziggler with a hesitation DDT as we go to commercial. We're back and Ziggler sets up for the superplex, but Owens counters with a super fisherman's buster, but it takes too long to make the cover and Ziggler kicked out. Owens sets up for the pop-up powerbomb and Ziggler leaps over Owens and hits a super kick that sends Owens to the floor. Referee starts his count and he goes to the floor. Owens gets Ziggler up and hot shots him onto the announce table. Owens sends Ziggler back into the ring and Owens follows. Ziggler nails the famouser as Owens comes back in the ring, but Owens kicked out. Owens caught Ziggler charging at him and he hits the pop-up powerbomb for the 3 count. It's time for the nominees for the Superstar of the Year, and Stephanie McMahon is out to listen to the nominees. Stephanie mentions that every superstar is eligible for nomination. Nominees are Roman Reigns, Sheamus, John Cena, Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, New Day, Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, Kane, Seth Rollins, and Sting. So that's not everybody. We got a commercial back from the break, and Superstar of the Year was Seth Rollins. And Seth comes out on crutches, and he says that there is a part of him who wants to say thank you, but was there any other option than him? Was there any other option than him? At the Royal Rumble, he was in the triple threat match against John Cena and Brock Lesnar. He said the U.S. title and the WWE title at the same time. He cashed in Money in the Bank in the main event of WrestleMania to become the WWE champ. As quickly as that success came, one wrong landing and it's all disappeared. Seth says he wants everyone to listen closely to him. In 2016, he will redesign Seth Rollins. He will rebuild himself, but he will come back and reclaim that title he never lost. Whoever is the champion, keep the title warm because he will come back for what it is his. We are told that next week, John Cena will return and he will face Alberto Del Rio. Unknown if it's for the title or not. Match number 4, Alberto Del Rio with Sheamus, Rusev, and Wade Barrett versus Jack Swagger in non-title action. And they lock up and Swagger backs Del Rio in the corner and he punches Del Rio. Swagger with punches and the referee warns him. Del Rio with a kick in the corner and he climbs the turnbuckles and punches Swagger. Del Rio then nails the clothesline and he gets a near fall. Swagger gets sent to the apron and Del Rio drops Swagger on the top rope. Del Rio with a baseball slide through the ropes. Del Rio then swings Swagger back into the ring post as we go to commercial. Back from the commercial. Del Rio with a kick to the head and a reverse chin lock followed by a snapmare and a drop kick. Del Rio got a near fall. Del Rio with an Irish whip. That sends Jack Sternum first into the corner. Del Rio with his clothesline in the corner. Del Rio with a DDT and gets a near fall. Swagger moves on a super kick attempt. And Swagger with a belly slam. Swagger sets up for the We the People double jump Swagger bomb. And he hits it. And Swagger gets a near fall. Swagger sets up for a superplex, but Del Rio punches Swagger and puts him in a tree of woe. And Del Rio with a double stomp and he connects. Del Rio gets a 3 count. After the match, Sheamus hits Swagger with a brogue kick. After two of the guys hold Swagger and then let it go as just when Sheamus nails the kick itself. While Barrett and Rusev was holding Swagger. It's time for the next Slammy for the Hero in All of Us award. And Mark Henry is out to present the award. Mark says that he is honored to present this award tonight. He says the true strength is in his heart of each and every one of us. The nominees are Natalya, Roman Reigns, Big Show, Titus O'Neil, and John Cena. We go to the commercial. We are back, and the winner is John Cena. Mark accepts the award on behalf of John, and the crowd boos. Mark points out that they have him here tonight. Mark says that he talked to a few people, and they do this for the people and not for an award. Michael mentioned some of the Slammys won earlier in the night, including the Rivalry of the Year, Best Network Original Show, Best Double Cross, and Extreme Moment of the Year. It's time for the Slammy for a surprise return of the year, and Santa Claus is out to announce the nominees. Santa says this is the most wonderful time of the year. Time for presents and time for surprises. Santa spins around. He pulls out his beard, and it's none other than Bo Dallas. He says Santa is real, and all you have to do is believe. Nominees are Dudley Boys, Chris Jericho, Alberto Del Rio, Kane at Night of Champions, and Sting. And we go to commercial, and back from the commercial. Winner is Sting. Bo says Sting is not here, so he will accept the award on his behalf. Bo thanks everyone for their votes and wishes them a Merry Christmas. The New Day are in the ring, as Xavier says Sting wins the Slammy, and he does not even show up. Kobe yells at the fans for voting for them for Tag Team of the Year. You failed, and you should feel shame. Big E says that since you want to spoil their Slammys, why don't they spoil Star Wars? Kobe tells Big E to stop because he hasn't seen the movie. Kobe has a son who is not old enough to see the movie. Xavier points out that they are still the WWE Tag Team Champions. Match number 5, Usos versus New Day. Kofi and Jimmy start the match off. Jimmy with chops, but Kofi with a side headlock. Jimmy nails a shoulder tackle, and Jimmy catches Kofi on a back elbow attempt. And Jimmy with a belly-to-back suplex. Jay tags in, and they come off the turnbuckles with a double sledge. Jay hits a shoulder in the corner, and Jimmy tags in and hits a running forearm into the corner. Jimmy with an arm drag into an arm bar. Kofi with kicks to Jimmy. Jimmy with a dragon whip. Jimmy sets up for a running butt splash, but Kobe is pulled to the floor to safety. Jimmy and Jay set up for a stereo plancha, but the New Day move, and the Usos stay in the ring as we go to commercial. Back from the break, and Usos with a double back elbow and a double elbow drop for a near fall on Woods. Jimmy with a reverse chin lock. Woods runs into an uppercut, and Kobe with a boot to the back while Big E distracted the referee. Woods put Jimmy in the corner, and he kicks Jimmy. Kobe tags in and kicks Jimmy. Big E tags in and kicks Jimmy. Kobe tags back in and he kicks Jimmy. Xavier gets a trombone, and Kobe is Irish whip for a drop kick, and it's time for some dancing. Kobe with a kick to Jimmy, and he gets a near fall. Big E tags in and he punches Jimmy in the midsection. Big E puts an abdominal stretch on him. Big E plays the bongos on Jimmy's ribs. Jimmy with a headbutt, and then Big E sends Jimmy into turnbuckles, and he connects with a shoulder and a snapmare. Big E gets a near fall. Woods tags in, and he punches Jimmy. Kobe tags in, and Woods with a sliding clothesline, followed by a boot from Kofi. Big E tags in, and he hits a splash for a near fall. Big E puts Jimmy on the turnbuckles for a German suplex, and but Jimmy with elbows. Jimmy with a corkscrew splash off the top, but both men are down. Woods tags in, and Jimmy throws Woods over the top rope, and then he knocks Kobe off the apron. Jimmy crawls across the ring, and he makes a tag to Jay, and Jay with clotheslines and a thrust kick, followed by an uppercut. Woods lands on his feet, but Jay with a splash in the corner, and Jay with a running butt splash. Jay has a kick blocked by Big E, but Jay with a dragon whip. Jay nails an alley-oop. Samoan drop for a near fall. Sends Kobe to the floor. Jimmy is pulled to the floor by Big E while Jay hits a plancha. Woods goes over for an O'Connor roll, but Jay rolls through and gets a 3 count. R-Truth comes out to present the nominees for Diva of the Year Slammy. Truth wants to know what's up, and he apologized for having to chase Santino earlier tonight. Truth wants to speak the truth. This has been a year of the Diva. They got style. They got grace. But most importantly, they got athleticism. Truth says some of them could probably beat him up. Nominees are Nikki Bella, Naomi, Paige, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte. There we go to commercial back from the break. Diva of the Year was announced as Paige. Paige says she did not expect to win a Slammy. R-Truth tells Paige he did not win. Tells Paige that she did not win. She is a runner-up. Truth then announced that Nikki Bella was the winner of the Diva of the Year. Nikki comes out to accept her award. Nikki and Paige hug. Nikki wants Paige to stay out there, but she continued to walk off. Nikki then thanked the WWE Universe and the Bella Army for voting for her, from being the longest reigning Diva champion to the success of Total Diva. Nikki wants to dedicate this to every woman in the ring, in the back, and in NXT, and every woman and girl who comes to the shows. Neville is at the announce table for the next match. Match number 6, Rusev with Wade Barrett, Sheamus, and Alberto Del Rio versus Neville. Neville will kick to Rusev, but Rusev with a forearm and kick to Neville. Rusev sends Neville into the turnbuckle, and he kicks Neville in the corner. Rusev choked Neville in the corner. Rusev with a punch. Rusev with a slam and an elbow drop for near fall. Rusev has a reverse chin lock. Neville escapes a slam and connects with a round kick and forearm. Neville is then thrown over the top rope, but he lands on the apron. And Neville nails a missile drop kick. Rusev goes to the floor, and Neville with a slingshot plancha. But Rusev catches Neville and runs Neville into the ring post and follows with a backdrop as we go to commercial. Back from the break, Rusev nails a splash into the corner. Rusev with an Irish whip, but he misses a splash in the corner. Neville goes up top and hits a moonsault on Rusev onto the floor. But Neville drops Rusev on the middle rope, and Neville leaps over. The top rope and lands on the apron. Neville with a missile drop kick. Rusev goes to the floor, and Neville nails a slingshot plancha, but Rusev catches Neville and runs Neville into the ring post. Follows up with a backdrop as we go to commercial. Back from the commercial, Rusev with a splash in the corner. Rusev with an Irish whip, but he misses a splash into the corner. Neville goes up top and hits a moonsault on Rusev on the floor. Neville drops Rusev on the middle rope, and then Neville leaps over Rusev when Rusev moves. Neville nails a super kick and he goes up top. Neville sets up for the red arrow, but Rusev moves and Neville leaps off the turnbuckles into a super kick, and Rusev with a boot to the backhand applies the accolade. But Neville escapes, and your winner of the match, Neville. Miz leaves the announce table as he was there for Neville's support. And the announcer was asking, why didn't he just go and help him? As he just goes to the back. Well, that's all he did, go to the back. And Neville asked him not to interfere, so he just leaves. While Barrett and Del Rio pick up Rusev and Sheamus with a bro kick to Neville. Nominees for this is awesome moment Slammy as the Miz went to present this award. Miz says he had one direction when given this opportunity. He wanted to do the Oscars, but better than the Oscars. Since he can outshine any Hollywood actor, that won't be hard. From Miz TV to Marine 4 to Santa's Little Helper. And he plugged the DVD again. He is not even nominated for his own award. Nominees are Brock Lesnar destroying the Double J Mobile, Randy Orton's RKO at WrestleMania, the Divas Revolution, the Shield reforming to attack Randy Orton, and the Rock at WrestleMania with Ronda Rousey. We go to commercial, and the winner of the match after the break, the winner of the award, goes to Rock and Ronda Rousey. Miz accepts the award on behalf of Rock and Ronda. Match number 6, Becky Lynch with Charlotte versus Brie Bella. Becky starts off with a takedown and a near fall. Becky with another near fall. Becky with a Connor roll for a near fall. Brie goes into the ropes. Brie with a kick, and she sends Becky into the turnbuckles. Brie drops the arm on the top rope. Brie continues to work on the arm. Brie with arm bar. Becky with punches, but Brie sends Becky to the mat. Brie with kicks to the chest and drop kicks, Daniel Bryan style. Brie calls for the Brie mode, running kick, running knee, and she connects and gets a near fall. Brie with a chin lock, but Becky escapes. Brie with a flying forearm, and she gets a near fall. Brie with kicks to the injured arm. We see Tamina, Naomi, and Sasha staring at angles by the monitor in the back. We see then Brie nails some elbows to the injured arm. Becky with clotheslines followed by a forearm in the corner and a double jump sidekick. Brie with elbows into the injured arm. Brie with a missile drop kick. Brie with a roll up, but Becky rolls through and applies the disarmor. And Brie taps out. The next award for the match of the year. And we get Ric Flair as your presenter. Woos from the crowd. Rick woos himself and mentions that this is his home. He says that when you have been in the business, as long as he has, you have seen it all and done it all. Rick says it is his honor to introduce the nominees for Match of the Year. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins at Royal Rumble. Sting versus Triple H. John Cena versus Kevin Owens at Elimination Chamber. Roman Reigns versus Dolph Ziggler versus Kevin Owens versus Alberto Del Rio in the number 1 contenders match from Raw. Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker at Hell in a Cell. We got a commercial. And we come back for match number 8. Sheamus with Wade Barrett, Rusev, and Alberto Del Rio versus Dean Ambrose for your main event. Steel cage match. Sheamus with a bro kick to Ambrose, and he enters the cage. And Rusev kicks Ambrose while Del Rio holding him. Ambrose is sent into the cage door. Ambrose is rolled into the cage, and the door is closed to start the match. Sheamus sends Ambrose into the cage and does it a second time. Sheamus gets a near fall. Sheamus with a European uppercut, followed by a suplex slam for a near fall. Sheamus puts Dean on the apron, and he rips Dean's shirt and connects with forearms across the chest. Ambrose with headbutts, and then sends Sheamus with a knee lift, and Ambrose gets back into the ring from the apron. Sheamus starts to climb the cage, but Ambrose stops him. Sheamus with a running double sledge, and he kicks Ambrose in the head. Sheamus then chokes Ambrose with his boot. Sheamus sets up for the bro kick, but he misses. Ambrose sends Sheamus over the top rope and into the cage. Ambrose with forearms and then punches and chops. Sheamus sends Ambrose into the cage, but Ambrose rebounds and hits a clothesline. Stephanie is watching the monitor from an angle that does not appear humanly possible. Backstage, and Ambrose climbs the cage, and Sheamus pulls him off. Sheamus climbs the cage, and Ambrose stops him. Sheamus hits a white noise from the top turnbuckle, and Ambrose kicks out. Sheamus climbs the cage, and Ambrose grabs Sheamus to pull him back into the cage. Ambrose then punches Sheamus on the top rope, and Sheamus falls and lands on the ding-ding. Crotches himself. Ambrose climbs the cage, and Alberto Del Rio and Rusev stop him. Meanwhile, Ambrose stands on the top, and then he hits an elbow drop and gets a near fall. Ambrose crawls for the door, and it is open. Del Rio slams the door in Ambrose's face while Rusev distracts the referee. Roman Reigns then shows up and spears Del Rio, and he sends Rusev into the ring barrier and hits a Superman punch. Reigns then grabs a chair, and Rusev hits Rusev in the back with it. Reigns then misses Barrett with a chair, and Barrett goes up the ramp as he's still selling that injury. Sheamus then climbs the cage and Reigns has a chair to stop Sheamus. Reigns throws a chair into the ring to stop for Ambrose to use. Ambrose has a chair and Sheamus is not in a good mood. Ambrose then hits Sheamus with a chair. Ambrose with a double underhook DDT onto the chair, and Ambrose climbs the cage. Ambrose gets over the cage and Sheamus stops him. Ambrose and Sheamus both exchange punches on top of the cage. Sheamus hits headbutts and Ambrose hangs over the cage, but both men are on the side of the cage. Sheamus nails a headbutt and an elbow. Ambrose with punches for his counter, and then Sheamus hits a headbutt of his own. And Ambrose falls to the floor and wins the match. After the match, Sheamus gets to the floor and Reigns with a spear. Tom Phillips is backstage with Stephanie. He asks for her reaction as Stephanie is slapping a mud hole into Tom. We go to the credits as Raw is going off the air as Roman Reigns is posing with Dean Ambrose raising his arm. And that ends my video for this week's Raw report. Thanks again. Peace out. See you on Bella. If you don't know, you better call me, bro.